Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video here where I'm going to be giving you guys an update on the Google Pixel 7a that's been updated to Android 16 QPR2 Beta 1. And I kind of forgot to make this video because of all the coverage I was doing on the Pixel 10. And so now that I, remembered, I got it here for you guys. We're going to talk about it here real quick. Just my experiences with the Pixel 7a, and for the most part it's been a really good experience. I feel like that QPR2 Beta 1 is really just kind of brought some good life back into the Pixel 7a. Not to say that this is an obsolete phone. As a matter of fact, if you find one today at a very good price, I'd say pull the trigger on it, go get it. It's a good phone. It really is. My only caveat I'm going to start off with is the volume. The volume on this is not the greatest. I don't know why. I'll play a sample for you guys on one of my videos. And yeah, let's do today's live stream. Podcasts or videos like this, I tend to send her links so at her downtime she can listen. Can't wait to see her though. She's coming here in 3 weeks. She'll be here, just about, and then we're taking this right here. This is probably 80% volume. Excited to have my older sister. Let's go to 50% volume. On a podcast. I mean, it just sounds so low. Even those in the replay crew, ask me. Almost squawk boxish. Put it in the chat. Do you want me and my older sister? But anyways, that's probably my only caveat with the Pixel 7a. I don't know if anyone else's Pixel 7a does this. If it does, drop a comment, let me know. If it doesn't, let me know. I'd like to know. But that's probably the only issue that I have. Everything else with the Pixel 7a is, still straight, solid, good phone, good device. It's got all the bells and whistles of what a Pixel would have. Minus a few things, right? Obviously, slower wireless charging, slow wired charging. The cameras for the most part are, I mean, they're still pretty good. I mean, the processing is slower, obviously, with the Tensor G2. But, I mean, to me, this photo is actually pretty decent. I'll throw it up on the screen for you guys so you guys can see it without just looking through the lens of my Galaxy S21 that's filming this. But for the most part, I think this photo is pretty decent. It does have access to Gemini. And you do have some of the subtle quirks. So, let me switch it to my, there we go. For those who don't know what that is, that's Mimikyu Pokemon. But anyways, yeah, you can do the customizations in Android 16 QPR2. So select with the icons, you can change up the shape of the icons. Just make things a little interesting and whatnot. Some cool new things that Google's adding into Android that's severely wanted for such a long time. That's why people were flashing custom ROMs to do these types of customizations. But we're slowly getting them little by little over time and everything like that. The battery life on this has gotten a lot better, I would say. So QPR2 Beta 1 did bring some life to the battery, even though I've had this for a couple years, so I do expect it at least the battery capacity to be low 90s to mid 80% of its health capacity than day one out of box. So yeah, but efficiency with battery power and the things that I wanted to do, including Gemini and all that stuff, I mean, that's working out pretty good.
Hi.
So.
All right, let's start chatting.
Don't want to get dinged for that. But anyways, yeah, you have access to it. Of course, it's not Gemini Nano. It's not on-device AI. So everything that's done with the Pixel 7a as far as AI is concerned is going to the cloud for AI processing and then back down. Yeah. As far as 5G connectivity, it's pretty decent. Let me take it off Wi-Fi here, and then we'll do a quick speed test. All these notifications are going to start coming, and that's so weird too about it. But anyways, yeah, so here we go. Now, T-Mobile is not great in my area. no matter what. So keep that in mind. These speeds are not going to be like your speeds if you're pulling like gigabit per second speeds, and great on, great for you. But where I'm at, T-Mobile's not the greatest. So what I'm getting here, and what you'll see, is pretty decent. This is like, yeah, this is what I get on 5G. And this is Google Fi connection actually. So this is T-Mobile network through Google Fi. 111 down, like 15 on the uplink, so not bad at all whatsoever. For the most part, I mean, it doesn't feel like an obsolete phone. It still can take good pictures. It still can take pretty decent photos. You know, this is the first A series device with wireless charging and whatnot. So, you know, there's a lot of points that this phone hit that just made the A series so much better. And you know, looking to the future of like the Pixel 10a, man, I hope they do make one, because I wouldn't want to see the A series go. The Pixel 7a is one of the phones that really just kind of you know, expanded the A series to being something that, you know, I would say definitely worth looking at, because you're getting all the bells and whistles of a Pixel phone. You're getting it in a cheaper, you know, price compared to the flagships. And it's not a budget phone. It doesn't feel, act, respond like a budget phone. Like you're telling people, the A series are just as flagships as the base model phones, with just a few corners cut. And these corners don't really matter, because the experience overall between these two are nearly identical.